guys, and welcome to Take 5. I'm your host, Carla Salinas. It's a great morning for a workout, and the doors at the gym in Raymondville that caters to women are open. Take 5's Millicent Olivares visits Misfit 540 Fitness for a first-hand look at what they're all about. Check it out.
Ladies, if you're looking for your new exclusive happy place, we have found it. We are at Misfit 540 Gym in Raymondville. I'm standing here with owner and founder, Miss Gina. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you. Thank you for having us and coming out here.
So this is such a cute place, such good vibes. There's pink everywhere, motivational quotes. Tell us, what gave you the idea for this gym?
I just wanted females to feel like comfortable and safe to work out in a place, like where it's just all females and, just be confident, on themselves.
And you guys have been doing this for a while. Your family actually owns 2 gyms, right? Can you tell us a little about that?
Yes, we actually own, right across the street, we own Fit 540, the gym over there. We've been open for 6 years. And then all of a sudden we just decided to do something for just females, for females to go ahead and work out on their own here.
So for all of our ladies that are watching out there and they're interested, what can they expect when they come to Misfit 540?
They can expect, we have a variety of machines here. We have, of course, for the lower body, we have, we also have cardio, we have upper body, and we do have our areas like in sections that if you want to work out your legs, we have it all in sections. You want to work out your upper body, we also have it in section. And we have an amazing cardio area on this side.
So it's kind of in the name. We talked a little earlier, the 540, it's kind of all inclusive, right? Can you tell us a little bit about the name?
Yes. Well, our name actually came from, it's just all around fitness. You check your 360 and then your 180, so it's all around fitness.
So if anyone that is watching is interested, where can they find you guys?
They can find us here in Raymondville. We are open 24/7. Enrollment is at our main facility, which is just right across the street from us at Fit 540. And there's no contract, no sign-up fee, no cancellation. We are open 24/7. We also do take various different insurances. We also take, what a lot of people, the public don't know, that Medicare Advantage plan, they offer a free membership. So we also take that. They can go ahead and come in and we'll get them started on that. So they can have the facility for 24/7 as well.
Well, there you go, guys. No membership, no cancellation fees, no excuses. You can come here, ladies, and get that workout in at Misfit 540.
A museum is full of art and culture, and the Weslaco Museum has all that and so much more. Our Idani Cantu went over there to see what they have to offer. Let's take a look.
It's known as a hidden gem here in the Valley. We're at Weslaco Museum, where this location has been open since 2009. Today, we're getting to take a deep dive into the history behind this location.
Known for its passion to keep the history of Weslaco alive, the Weslaco Museum has been a resting place for artifact items people would have commonly seen back in the early days of Weslaco to be appreciated by all. Today, these items are hard to come by, but their stories run deep. Our story at this local museum begins with a juice company whose origins actually started right here in this city. The Valley is known for their citrus, and in the early 20th century, Texan was a leader in the citrus industry. Although Texan closed their doors in the 90s, their story lives on.
So Texan was a big juicing company that really helped the economy of Weslaco in the late part of the 20th century. So we're fortunate to have all of the artifacts that we've got throughout the years because people remember Texan, they remember the juice, and it was just a really big economy boost for the city.
In the last section of the museum's tour, you will find an area that honors veterans for their service, like Weslaco native Harlan Henry Block, who was a U.S. Marine Corps corporal who gave his life to our country during the Battle of Iwo Jima.
We're a big military supporter here at the museum, so we have that military section that highlights not just Weslaco soldiers, but from around the valley or from around the Mid-Valley area. And one of the star pieces, if you will, is the uniform for Harlan Block, who was a famous He was a Marine in the famous photo of the raising of the flag at Iwo Jima. So we're fortunate to have his medals and his uniform and photos, and then just other uniforms from soldiers that unfortunately have lost their lives from the city.
There's so much Valley history lurking around every corner of this museum. One would think it's run by a big team of people, but that's not the case. The Weslaco Museum is actually run by 3 dedicated crew members like Crystal who work to keep this museum alive, which is why volunteers are greatly appreciated.
The museum is fortunate enough to have a handful of dedicated volunteers. So every week they come in to help us with front desk. So we're fortunate to have that help, as well as from interns from the university.
If you're ever interested in understanding more about the backbone to the city of Weslaco, this is the place for you.
We have a Facebook page and we have an Instagram page, so Weslaco Museum for both. Our website is weslacomuseum.org, so we can always go there to see what's coming up, our calendar of events, and anything else about the museum.
Whether you live here in Weslaco or you're just looking to appreciate a piece of Valley history, visiting this hidden gem here in our backyard will have you reminiscing about the early days.
Everything I think in the museum is fantastic, right, that we have. And just being here every day, even being here every day, you see something new all the time because we have so much to show. So it's really nice. I encourage people to always visit museums, whether they're small or large, but there's always something nice to see.
For Take 5, I'm Idani Cantu.
Rido Studios is an organization that aims to bring progressive Valley creators together through their similar ideas. Fatima Garza and Danny Morero He, the co-creators, join us now. Thank you guys so much for being here today.
Of course, thank you for inviting us.
All right, tell us a little bit about Rido.
Yeah, so Ruido, it really comes from the idea that we believe us from the Valley have the talent and the skills we need to share our stories, but oftentimes we see people from outside of the region wanting to define our identity or our history for us, and we want to change that. We think that people who are from here can tell the best and most authentic stories to define the Rio Grande Valley.
And we have similarities, you and I, because that's exactly what Take 5 is. We wanted to share the stories of the Valley. We want to showcase, the best places to go eat. We want to tell that positive story.
Lots of people already have that yearning to share their stories. It's just a matter of the resources and tools to be able to share their stories. So what Ruido Studios wants to do is be able to provide those tools and those resources so that people are able to really own their stories and elevate our community.
Yeah, and can you guys share one of those stories? Give us an example of what that looks like?
Yeah, so some of the organizations that we work most closely with, for example, is the Sidewalk School, and they work in Matamoros and Reynosa and other border towns to help children who are seeking asylum. And usually we don't see that imagery. We don't see the imagery of Valley residents giving up their evenings, their weekends, their dollars to help people who are newcomers to our nation. We see a lot of militarization and law enforcement. And so we're working closely with the Sidewalk School because we think their work is really what's most representative of the region. Unfortunately, it's not always what we see.
Yeah, and so let's talk about it. How does it work? Yes, we know we're telling stories, we're giving those people that voice, but how?
Yeah, so people can become a Ruido Studios Hub member. It's free. We have a super short application because we want to get to know our members, especially to know where people are at. Are they a new communicator? Have they been doing this work for years? So anyone can go to our website and apply. And once you get accepted, you'll be able to join our monthly learning session, show up to our networking events. So that way, not only you get those resources and tools that Fatima was talking about, but also a community of other people like you.
The segment is called Empowering the RGV, and that's exactly what you guys are doing. Why?
I think, we both grew up here. We both were born and raised here, and I think a lot of people have the experience growing up that we see the Valley as not good enough. And then sometimes that makes us feel not good enough. And at some point of our lives, we decided we weren't gonna tolerate that idea anymore. We believe our people deserve so much more. And we think that starts by telling our stories and believing that we are worth it.
Well said. I agree 100%. Made in the 956, right?
Yeah.
Thank you guys so much for
Thank
joining
you so
us. We
much for
really,
having
really
us.
appreciate it. For more information, you can visit them on Instagram at Rudio_956.
Take a look at ice from wall to wall at Margot's Snow Whiz. Their raspas are a great way to beat the valley heat. You think it and they can basically create it. We'll take you there next. The best thing to beat this heat is with an ice cold raspa. I went down to Margot's Snow Whiz here in Weslaco to cool down and try all of their delicious flavors. Check it out. If you live in the 956, then you've probably had one of these. Whether you call them raspas, shaved ice, or snow cones, these delicious treats have been a staple of our valley culture for years, and when I taste a raspa on a sunny day like this, it brings me right back to the summer days when I was a kid and nothing mattered. Just me and this deliciousness. Now, I know that's a shared experience with most of you, so get ready for some nostalgia. Raise your hand if you've ever been to Margot's Corner in Weslaco. If you haven't, then you better get those car keys ready for after the show because these raspas are like no other here in the valley. And you're gonna want a taste of this.
They like it because it's in a gray area of a necessity versus do I want it or do I need it? Now, people who live here in the valley, there's sometimes you can get a nice coffee, but that's sometimes too rich. But just the fact that they're refreshing. If you have one right now, it would basically cool you off. It will cool your core. It will get you to the point where it will cool you off and you're like, man, that was like right on the spot.
Margot's first opened up shop in 1980, more than 40 years ago. An owner, Eddie Margot, tells us it's actually a couple years older than him.
There's people out there when they see this, they're gonna see like, hey, I remember that. And it's gonna be people from like 40 or above, they're gonna like, yeah, I remember that was like the only thing. Everything was strawberry, cherry, grape, no toppings. We're just like a basic snowball stand.
Margot's Corner is a true valley hidden gem. They're not big on social media and they don't claim to be. They let their quality and great taste do the speaking. And the valley truly spoke up for them with hundreds of 5-star reviews, making it one of the highest rated raspa stands in the valley.
It's the people of Weslaco, the people of the valley, the people of Donna, Weslaco, Progreso, all neighboring cities, even people who have lived here all their life and they transplanted. The city of Weslaco, right there.
Margot's Corner specializes in a Texicano taste, and it all started with the Margot's Delight. So we had to go and make a strawberry delight to see what it's all about.
We're gonna put it to the side.
Oh, yum!
And then strawberry. But if you wanna add this, it's really, really good.
Okay, here we go. I got the perfect bite. Apart from the most delicious and sweet raspa I've ever had, Margot's Corner also has traditional raspa flavors like cherry. But of course, there's a Margot's twist. They have sour candy powder on them. Spoonful after spoonful wasn't enough, guys. I cannot stress just how good these raspas were. But it's time for the grand finale. So now we're gonna make our very own raspa. Here we go. So we're starting with the lime. Now that I'm a pro. What should we call it?
The Carla. I like the Carla.
I like the Carla. You guys have to come out and show some valley support to Margot's Corner here in Weslaco. I promise you won't be disappointed. That is so good. That's amazing. It's a cookie lover's dream in our Made in the 956 Extra. We tell you all about this bakery out in Harlingen that you don't want to miss out on. We're back with this week's Made in the 956 Extra, and I am joined by Channel 5 News anchor Javier Guerra. Javier, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much. I'm excited to be here with you.
Okay, so what do you got for us this week?
So this week is something pretty special. I know you've talked to him before. I know you all have talked to him before, but this is Christian Torres, and he is the owner of Christian's Cookies.
Oh, hey, what's up?
And so this is really special, Carla, because let me tell you, this is something that in 2020, all of us during the pandemic, we didn't know what what we were doing. We were kind of stuck inside, right? So while he was stuck inside, him and his mom decided to start making cookies, right? It was an idea by his dad, so he started to make cookies. And when he was doing this, you know, his mom said, hey, this is a good way that you can kind of learn how to do measurements. This is a good way of how you can just kind of learn how to provide for yourself. And so this was something really fun, you know, talking to them, the different flavors. Everything is so unique. You know, he puts Krispy Kreme in there. He puts cookies and cream. It's really nice to see everything that he puts into the cookies.
My favorite part is using my creativity into the cookies. Like whatever stuff we have in the pantry, I throw them in the cookies when we make them.
That is so amazing, Javier. And it's always great to try something new, something that we've never done. You know, in talking to him, did he tell you if this is something that he wants to do for the rest of his career?
Well, you know, when I was talking to him and his mother, you know, he does want to go to college. So that's something that he has in his mind, right? He's still very young, and so he wants to go to college. But his mom said that this is something that he could learn, that let's say, you know, us in college, right? Sometimes, you know, we didn't have enough money, right? And we wanted something to kind of have money for us, a job. So this is something that he could do, you know, he could go, he could make his cookies in college and he could sell them to fellow classmates at college, right? And he would have some extra cash on him. So this is really something that they wanted to do and something that, you know, a new skill for him to learn.
Absolutely. A great tasting little side gig, a sweet side gig.
So good. So good. If you've have you had some of those cookies?
I haven't gotten to try them, but I definitely want to try the Krispy Kreme.
Okay, we may have some coming next week, so you can try them. But yes, they are very, very tasty and very, very good and so unique.
Amazing. Well, I'm so excited to try them. Now, Javier, if our viewers want to try them, who can they contact to try them?
Well, he is available on social media, so you can go to his social media page. It's Christian's Cookie House. He's available on Instagram and on Facebook, and there you'll have all the information you need to contact him and also the menu.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much for joining us again, Javier, on this week's Made in the 956 Extra.
Thank you for having me.
A percussion chain you may have heard of lies here in the Valley, where you can go up next on Take 5. Welcome back. Cymbal Fusion Drum Shop is a percussionist dreamland. We headed to McAllen to check it out. Let's take a look.
Hey, I'm Chris Gonzalez, manager here at cymbalfusion.com. Cymbal Fusion is a drum company / percussion company that's been around for 18 years. It was started in Houston by Eric Paulson. He's the owner, and we just decided to expand to the Valley because we help and work with a lot of bands and music that come out of the Valley. And we love the vibe down here, we love the scene down here, and we just want to keep that ma and pa vibe here, you know, so you have other options other than the big guys out there. So we're just here to serve the community. We sell drums, custom drums, accordions, bajo sextos, and anything you can think of percussion-wise. Congas, bongos, stands, cases, snares, cymbals, cowbells, anything percussion-wise, we're gonna have it. And we specialize in customization of your drums. If you can dream it up or think it, we'll get it, make it happen for you as best as we can. Everything down to the shell type of maple, birch, beech, whatever you want, down to if you want it wrapped, if you want it custom painted, if you want graphics, down to the color of hardware that you want, just everything that you can think of or dream of on your kit. We ended up in the Valley because we had a lot of customers from the Valley that play in big bands, go to Houston or pass through, and I guess the word just got out, so a lot of the guys from down here came down there, and lots of them also suggested, like, man, we don't have nothing like this in the Valley, it'd be nice if you came down here. Well, Eric Paulson, the owner, came down here and visited numerous times with myself, and he loved it and just fell more in love with McAllen and the Valley. So he realized, like, oh, you know what, it might work, you know, and thankfully it's been a success since we opened 6-7 months ago. And we had Alex from Maná come out here for our grand opening, and it was a good turnout, 200 people, and it was just really cool to be able to do an event like that here. And the people of the Valley really embrace it and love it and appreciate it, like it's all worth it, you know. All the bands from around here, you know, that have already heard of us, come by here on the daily and pick up stuff they need. Cine Rey comes by whenever they need anything. They let us know if there's going to be artists in town that needs to be accommodated with certain things. The cool thing about our staff here and in Houston, everybody is a musician of some sort. So we're all like giant kids in a candy store. We love to, get somebody exactly what they thought up, and it's cool, it's satisfying. When you're looking at an award show and they're playing the kit you got for them, it's really gratifying. Or if you walk into a big venue, Bert Ogden Arena or somewhere, and that band's using, the kit that I got for them, it's pretty cool, it's pretty fun. Come check us out on 17th and Erie, 501 17th in McAllen. And like I said, if you're a beginner or if you're a novice or you're a pro, whatever, we got something for you. We'll take care of you.
And here are some fun events you can do this week. Join the No Kill RGV Pet Coalition this Thursday for their pet clinic at the Eatery from 6 to 8 p.m. and bring those beloved animal family members for $10 microchips, $10 combo vaccines, and more. And speaking of pets, join Edith Elegant Candles for a pet-friendly market at the Moon Rock in Harlingen. Whether you're going for the adoptions or pup-friendly vendors, they have it all. It's happening today from 6 to 10 p.m. Plus, it's Board Game Flea Market at Round Hat Games Cafe. The Board Game Flea Market is the event for you, and it's all happening today at noon. That's going to be it for us. We'll see you here again next Saturday at 10:30. But until then, take care, RGV.